As you can hear the chants from the crowd. Let's go, Brandon. Brandon, you told me you were going to...
Merry Christmas and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think McFly, think.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do you remember this video I recorded on the 3rd of May? Doctor Strange 2 does not stick the landing? Not surprised. And, well, I wasn't surprised to see this. It's probably my very first Marvel stan who replied to me down below from Jason2, and their reaction made me laugh. I even hearted their comment because I thought, why not? You know, the person took the time to watch my video and to actually leave a comment for Sir Jason2. Funny that he's Jason2, so that must make me Jason number 1. Wah, 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 wah. Now, he says, who the fudge does a review of a review? You haven't even seen the movie. How could you possibly have any insight? Well, Jason number 2, the reason why I do have insight, sir, is because unlike you, I don't think every turd that comes out of the orifices of Marvel and Disney is the greatest thing since sliced brioche rolls, which you can get pre-sliced, by the way, in your local supermarket. And this does bring me to a point that Marvel stands, they think everything after Endgame has been fantastic. So when Loki came out, did anybody get excited about that? Nope. In fact, there's a story about me and trying to watch the second episode of Loki, where a woman, a female driver, what a big surprise, in one of these 70s style mystery vans you see from Scooby-Doo, was parked outside my house for 20 minutes and she left the motor running. And I was just getting so annoyed and so mad at this point and thinking, I want to watch Loki too. But my God, the episode was so boring anyway. There's a lot of verbal exposition going on and this motor was running outside of my place. And I thought, you know what? That bird's done me an actual favor. I just turned off Loki and then I just watched something else. And it was the best thing that she did me a great favor. So I've got to thank that female driver. She saved me from a fate worse than death. Yeah, Sylvie, female Loki, doesn't even have big boobies, nothing on display for us to go. Yeah, absolute boring, didn't watch it. Woke Falcon and boring Winter Soldier. Oh, I've got to atone for the crimes I committed while I was under the, what were the people again? Hydra, Hail Hydra, while I was under their mind control bots. Yeah, that was just boring and... oh my God, what were the other terrible atrocities? Hawkeye, you know what? It could have had potential. It could have been really, really good, except... oh, but put my boy Jeremy through the ringer on that one. Haley Steinfeld, she's gorgeous. She's a talented singer. Although I don't like her music that much, but let's just say she's like the new Shania Twain 2.0. I'm just saying, you know, Haley Steinfeld, she's smoking hot. Can't run like Mo Farah, unfortunately. Just terrible, bringing in somebody from Black Widow that we don't care about. It was just a mess. And then you had Kingpin being cucked by females, because what other way can you treat iconic male characters like that? Don't even get me started on the films. Black Widow, terrible. Shang-Chi, potentially could have been good, but the red flags were in that trailer when you saw the first half in San Francisco, the second half in Narnia, Nana Land. That was a big red flag. I should have seen it. Awkwafina, obviously, you know, her of the black scent. Should have seen that one coming. And then the Eternals just was not interested because, you know what, with the Eternals, you could have had the Alpha Flight movie. You know, if you want a diverse cast that's already been established by John Byrne, you could have got Canada's version of the Avengers. You could have slowly rolled them into the MCU and it would have been fine. And I think people would have been more accepting of that. You know, you would have seen North Stars coming out. You would have seen Puck dealing with his little problems. I know the guy is like he's Peter Ding. He's the Peter Dinklage. He is the Peter Dinklage of the MCU before we had Peter Dinklage in Game of Thrones. You know, you have all these great characters, and then, you know, we get to Doctor Strange too, folks. I know they even talked about Moon Knight. I've not watched a single episode, but I heard it's all about the female at the end of the day. Moon Knight was only in the series for about maybe 5 minutes, maybe even less. So what is the point of Marvel giving us these shows, Disney Plus giving us these shows that's supposed to be a nice bridge of continuity into their films? And Doctor Strange 2 doesn't even address some of the stuff that they covered in WandaVision, which is hilarious. Like WandaVision, a woman who enslaves a town, including kids, including her own made-up kids. You know, they're not really her kids, because how can you have relations with a somebody like Vision and have robotic babies? You just can't. So you just pull them out, or you do an immaculate conception, right? But through magic, whatever. So I just think that's awful. And apparently in the new movie, she's the one, the Maximoff. She does everything great. Apparently they even out, by the way, if you haven't seen Doctor Strange 2 yet, folks, I'm going to drop a major spoiler here. And when I heard about it, I was kind of excited, then I wasn't. So John Krasinski, Jim from The Office, he does turn up as Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four. And what does Doctor Strange say to him? Didn't you chart in the 60s? Right. So basically you're disrespecting the first family of Marvel. You're disrespecting one of the greatest characters ever made. It's so disingenuous. And apparently John Krasinski's appearance either had fans cheering, you know, the stands, or people going, who's that meant to be? It's awful. And look, it's the same reason why John Watts, who directed No Way Home, has left the Fantastic Four project, because he was probably initially excited about doing it, and then he got the mandate from Stan Lee and Victoria Alonso. No. This is what you're going to be doing.
I don't know where the future is going. It's funny that people call it the X-Men. There's a lot of female superheroes in that X-Men group, so I think it's outdated.
Yeah, Victoria Alonso sounded like a Nigerian scammer.
I'm calling from the money transfer.
From the what?
The Eastern Union money transfer.
Yeah, it's awful, and I'm glad John Watts has steered clear from that. It's great. If I want to see a Fantastic Four film, I'd rather watch the Roger Corman version from 1994, I think it is. I want to see the Fantastic Four done in the live-action version the way they're meant to be seen. The Tim Story movies from the mid-noughts with Jessica Alba and Ewan Griffith, I don't mind those films. I mean, Jessica Alba, she can't act for toffee, but God, man, she looked damn good as Sue Storm. Again, not my true Sue Storm, but I'll take her over. Actually, you know what? Kate Mara was a pretty good choice for the other one, the one that came out in the Fantastic Four stick film. You know, directed by Mr. Josh Trank. Yeah, it's not a great film, but like for the most part, like Miles Teller and Kate Mara are great. I wouldn't say much for Michael B. Jordan. I know where they're going with that one. And Jamie Bell as the Thing was okay. But if they're going to play the Thing, you know, I would only get one person to play him in the Marvel version. Dwayne The Rock, you see what I did there? Johnson, he will be the perfect Ben Grimm. That's who I'd like to see, because he's never been in a Marvel film yet, so you can get him. But that's never going to happen, is it, folks? I'm just a wishful thinker. I'm an ever eternal optimist, but it's never going to happen. So to that Jason W, who says, well, you don't have any insight, how can you possibly know? I'm talking about reviews of people who saw the film, giving their initial thoughts. And I do watch podcasts, folks, and you know who I watch, who give very insightful reviews and impressions about movies. People that have flagged the red flags of Marvel and Disney for the last 3 years. People wouldn't listen. I listened, and I can see they're actually 100% true. Watch when X-Men 97 gets retold for today's audiences, because apparently the awesome animated series from 97 is all wrong. You can't follow that anymore. Remember, they're getting rid of the white superheroes. Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Hulk, Thor, that don't matter anymore. Let's bring in Riri Williams, America Chavez, the new Monica Rambeau, whatever. Nobody, Maria Rambeau's Maria, I don't give a shit anyway. Oh, it's awful. Nobody cares. Your new MCU going forwards is going to be all these people that lead up to the 5th Avengers film. And so far in the Marvel Universe, what's leading up to the 5th Avengers film? Nothing. Nothing. And Thanos is dead. You know the next big villain they could have? Galactus. Or you could have Doctor Doom, my favorite Marvel villain ever. But you know what? They're going to turn Doctor Doom into Victoria Von Doom, because you can't have a bad man in a steel of armor and a green cape causing havoc in the world. No. And it probably people forget as well when after 9/11 happened, 9/11, and then you had that great Marvels edition, I think it was Marvels, where Doctor Doom was actually crying in one panel. People forget about that. Doom is a sympathetic villain. He's a badass. He's like the greatest adversary ever for the Fantastic Four. But Kevin Feige, he is a fraud. He now has his name stamped as a Kevin Feige production on the new Doctor Strange movie. So usurping Sam Raimi. Poor Sam Raimi. Poor Scott Derrickson. You know, Sam Raimi was brought on with the hope of bringing Sam Raimi again. And he's not. So, yeah, my message to you, Disney, and I'm going to say it to you again, like I said in my previous video, I'm going to be sailing the high seas for Doctor Strange 2. I've heard it's terrible. I heard America Chavez is an annoying Disney kid at the beginning. That's not how you sell anything to me. I wanted to see a straightforward sequel to a film I enjoyed back in 2016. So if you enjoyed this quick video today, folks, you know what to do already. Hit the like button below, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you, I'll check me out on my next video.
How do you guys,
That's none of your business.
Okay, alright, I'm just concerned. I'd hate to wake up one morning and find out she was killed in a rock slide.